Creating pages seems to be the most difficult part of putting together a website. Throughout the years, we have found that creating the content for these pages is the most time-consuming and most difficult part for the staff as well as us. But we have, over the years, learned and heard from many of our clients and have tried to streamline the process as easy as we can. The first thing that we want to do is just create the names of the pages. We're not worried about the content just yet. All we want to do is create the names for the pages. We'll worry about the content just a little bit later. And anything that we do now can be changed. Pages can be added. Pages can be deleted later. Pages can also be renamed later as well. So whatever we do is not permanent, but just gives us a good foundation as we begin to build your website. Included in the PDF is some standard web page layouts. You should be able to see them, and this really helps get the ball rolling and gives you some ideas of what you can do or what pages you can have for your website. We recommend that you use and edit off of these pages versus trying to start from scratch. If you want to start from scratch, you can. Also, we included a piece of paper with the graphs that you need to help create your own. So feel free to edit, change, and add as many pages as you want. Now, if you have the standard website, you are given the home page plus 5 other pages. But for those who had ordered the unlimited pages, the sky is the limit. Now, if you notice, we have the home page up here at the very top. And underneath the home pages are our sub-pages. And pages that go within our little sub-pages are listed down. And pages that are inside the pages are slightly indented. For example, we have the home page, and underneath the home page we have the ministry page. And underneath the ministry page we have the children's ministry and the youth ministry and miscellaneous ministries. But underneath the children's ministry we have 3 more ministries that we are involved with. We have Sunday school, we also have children's church, and we also have Awana. And so within the ministries we have children's ministry, and indented within the children's ministry is Sunday school, children's church, and Awana. All these 3 are different pages. Now, not all the pages that you create have to show up within the navigational bar. All right. Sometimes there are pages you don't really want to show up unless you're clicked on another page. For example, the youth ministry will usually have a page that is dedicated to parental forums. So if there's an event going on, whether it's summer camp or some other type of event where a parent needs permission slips or health forms, well, the youth or the children's page will have a form for the parents to go to download all the forms that they need. This is really neat, but at the same time, maybe you don't want that appearing at the navigational bar. So if that's the case with some of your pages, just make a note of it. When we call to set up all these pages, we'll just make a note of which pages you don't actually want to show up on the navigation bar. If you notice on the templates that we have already sent to you, there are some pages that are tied together. That is because pages can have multiple names. For example, your location and service times page will look pretty similar to the Contact Us page. So sometimes we'll create one page and we'll give it 2 different names. That way when they go to your website, they'll see location and service times, and they'll also have a Contact Us page. But you know what? It's just the same page, so those 2 are linked together. Also, within your children's ministry page, you have one that's called Sunday School. Well, you may have another page dedicated to Sunday School, and you might want to break it down between children's, youth, and adults. And so you can tag those 2 pages together, the children's Sunday School page here and the children's Sunday School page down there. You can tie them together. You can give them different names, but it's the same page. We also have what we call index pages. For example, when you go to the staff page, you will have one page that is dedicated to all the staff members. And you might have a picture of the staff with their name underneath the pictures, and so you have all these pictures with the names underneath them. Then when you click on the picture, it brings up a new page of that staff member. This is what we call an index page. So it's not really a page with content in it, it's just an index of all the pages that should be underneath it. Now, one question that we get a lot is about your small groups. Do you want each small group to have their own page? Now, I would recommend that you do if you can. And the reason why is because people want to see pictures and know what's going on with each small group. If you just have a list of all your small groups and say young adults meet at this time at this location, well, that doesn't give a lot of information about what the small group is. And the most tricky one is the young adults. What is young adults? Are young adults the college-age kids? Is it the young married kid with kids? Is it the 40-year-olds who've never changed their class name to not young adults anymore? So the young adult class is always the trickiest because people never really know. We had one person who was scared to come to a Sunday school class. We had a young adults class for him, but the single adult who was a single mother didn't really want to be in a class with a bunch of married couples. Made her feel very awkward. So she never even gave our Sunday school a chance. But if we had information out there about exactly what our Sunday school was about and how many singles that we actually do have in the class, once she found out that information, she wanted to come along. But the problem is with having a Sunday school class with each individual pages is Sunday school classes change. Teachers come and go. Times, locations can sometimes change. The people within the pictures change. Some members come, some members go. You'll see new faces. And so this has to be updated. If you cannot have a system to update these Sunday school classes, then don't do it. Just list everything down on one page. We always recommend that if you don't have a system in place to be able to do this, then don't do it. There's also another thing called events. We like for churches to keep their events online, but if you don't have a system, a dedicated system to be able to get events to be updated on the site, then don't do it. Don't put events on your site if you don't have a system to keep them updated. Get the system working first, then we're going to add the events. Or with your Sunday school classes, get the system set up so that you can keep a quarterly new, fresh pictures updated on the site and information on the site before we touch putting individual pages for each Sunday school class. Otherwise, just make a list. With each ministry, we come along with this as well as the Sunday school classes. With each ministry, a lot of churches want to have a page dedicated for it. Now that's understandable for children's ministries and for youth ministries, but what do you do about the food committee? Does the food or benevolence committee, do they get their own website? Do they get their own web page? And a lot of times we say no to that because there's not enough information to really make a page. So what we do is we create a children's, a youth, and if you have any key ministries, for example, maybe the music ministry or the media ministry, and then we make another page and just list all the other ministries that people can get involved with. Now, if you want to do individual pages, we can do that too. That's not going to be the issue. We could also title the ministry page itself can be an index page, indexing to all these other pages. So there's not really any content that has to go on to the ministry page itself. It's just an index page. So the content will go on with the music ministry or with the children's ministry with each individual page. But we also recommend that instead of doing individual pages for all the subcommittees and all that, that we just make one page to list all the other ministries that people can get involved in. Now it's your turn to create these pages. As you see, we have a blank page for you to make copies of that in case we have any mess ups. But start creating your page layout. This will be the majority of the work the next time we call. So we will be happy to walk you through it, but please already have a great idea. We are not looking for content on the pages. We are only looking for page names. This is going to be the starting point as we begin to build your site.